Hello and welcome to Non-Stop Wrestling Chat. My name is Barry and this is your Wednesday Night War review. Sorry guys, I'm just adjusting the camera. And also just before this, I spilt my breakfast on me, so that's wonderful. Right guys, where do we start? Great shows. There's literally nothing that I can really say about any of them that I'm really nitpicking the bad points of a show here, because both shows were great, acceptable, good, enjoyable wrestling shows. So let's just get into the reviews. We're going to start off with our usual AEW first and then NXT, and then we'll have a little chat about both, comparing shows and stuff like that. But before we go any further guys, please drop a like and a subscribe and hit the bell if you want to know when we upload these. After mostly every wrestling show, we're going to upload a review. And yeah, let me know what you think about it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It means a bunch for the channel to keep growing, and it really does mean a lot for me. And hopefully it can stop me spilling my breakfast on me. Right, so let's get into it. So AEW first of all. Straight to action right out the bat. With Cody. His opponent is Eddie Kingston. He comes out, he calls Arn a used to be legend, and that he grew up around alcoholics and junkies. He had to survive and grind. Cody wouldn't last a day in his shoes. The back and forth there. I popped a little bit when Eddie Kingston came out, to be honest with you. Khan says that he wants a no disqualification match. Cody takes the bait and accepts. So we get a TNT Championship match, Cody Rhodes versus Eddie Kingston. I gave this 3 stars guys. It was just over 11 minutes. I really don't... There was a bump onto thumbtacks which was really, really good. I'm struggling to think of what else to really say about this. It was really great to see some blood, like, on a TV show. And just saying this before, I'm going to bring this up later as well, but I really, really feel that AEW kind of, they put on a show here to show a television Extreme Rules that was more hardcore than actual Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Which, if you remember back in 2006, I remember watching, was it 2006, 2005, 2006, the ECW One Night Stands? The one, I think it was 2006, it was Mick Foley and Edge against Terry Funk and Tommy Dreamer. The blood in that match, or the one that was Sandman, Tommy Dreamer against the Dudleys, and it was a cheese grater and stuff. People really, they'll know that, like, if you're going to be called Extreme Rules, put Extreme Rules into it. Don't just literally have, like no Extreme Rules at all. Really, from Extreme Rules pay-per-view, if you asked me to rhyme off a match that I enjoyed, I would maybe say the Banks in the Sasha Banks match, but the ending was terrible. It was really, really a hard show. Anyway, guys, we'll get into the rest of this before I go off on a tangent. 3 stars for the Cody and Kingston match. Next we had sorry guys, hay fever. We went backstage. Moxley prides himself in keeping it real, he says. When he tells us he's going to do it, he'll do it. Like when he told Taz he was going to rip Cage's arm off. He gives Taz credit as a manager for throwing in the title, so that Cage wouldn't throw in the belt, sorry. The towel, God's sake, so that Cage wouldn't be off for another 6 months with a re-torn arm, or bicep, sorry. Then we move on to MJF versus Griff Garrison. MJF picked up the win. I gave this a 1.5 stars because it was kind of like a jobber match, but it felt like it went on a little bit longer for 6 minutes, but it gave the guy, the kind of newer person that we've not seen yet, a foot on the TV show. And to be honest with you, 1.5 stars is me just kind of being really critical of what was going on. It could easily be a 2.5. MJF picked up the win. Great little match there. Backstage we had Britt Baker. She wants to talk about her surgery and being a role model. Then moved on to Brian Cage. Brian Cage's music hits. He comes out with Taz. Cage follows wearing the FTW title. Taz says shut the music. I for some reason left a note, think that was important. He goes on to talk about Cage, him and Cage having heated discussions, Cage nearly firing them, cooler heads prevailed. He realised that Moxley had a legitimate armbar and they didn't want to get the bicep surgically repaired or make it any worse. And he goes on to say that never ever will Cage would never tap, and he'll never get into that position again, because that's why he's the FTW champion. Then Darby Allin comes out. He wants Summer Cage, but as he's coming out, Ricky Stark, he attacks Darby from behind. Here comes Cage for a powerbomb. Darby then again into the ring. They do a little bit here. It's a little bit back and forth. Cage looks to attack, but Moxley comes out with a barbed wire wrap back, which was pretty cool. But just before this, when Ricky Stark hit Darby Allin on the back of the head, like on the back when he was at the ropes, it looked like Darby Allin, like not a work, got knocked out, or he was just working it that good that he made it look like he got knocked out. But it did look like it wasn't a work, he got knocked out. So I don't know really what happened there. Did look to be a little bit of a stiff kind of back attack from Stark, but you know, wrestling is keeping it kayfabe and stuff like that, but it did look quite stiff. Then we are from the AEW will have a women's tag team tournament. So it actually says AEW will have a women's tag team tournament this summer. Guys, it's literally near the end of July. I thought it was already summer. I was so confused. I was like, is it summer yet? And I know, like, obviously different parts of the world class summer is differently. But in Scotland, like when SummerSlam comes on, my kids are back at school and stuff like that. So it's poor confusing of what time of year it is. Right, and then backstage we had Jericho. His jacket's still orange, and he goes on about how it cost him £7,000, that Cassidy ruined it, and tonight the inner circle will embrace the Jurassic Express. Embrace. Right, so next was a Falls Count Anywhere match, the Young Bucks versus Butcher and Blade. See, again, it's really, the thing that got me with this, it was a great match. I gave it a 3.5 stars. It went on for just under 16 minutes. I really, really feel it was kind of taking a pop at WWE for Extreme Rules, because they didn't really do anything at Extreme Rules. But the Young Bucks picked up the win. That was a great match, guys. I would recommend you go watch it. Then we had Dynamite, I'm sure that's what it's called, versus Everless. Dynamite picked up the win, 2.5 stars, it was just over 6 minutes, and it was a real middle of the road match. Nothing much to say about that. Then we had Allen versus Adam Page. Sorry guys, I'm really struggling to read today, and I think I'm just extremely exhausted, but we're going to get through it, so don't worry. Adam Page picked up the win here. It was a really enjoyable match. I gave it a 2.5 because I feel it could have been a little bit better, but I think this is the beginning of the end for the Page Kenny Omega kind of tag team. So then we had the Dark Order came out, Page asked them into the ring. They have a little bit of kind of back and forth. It's a 4-on-1, but Page attacks first. Before the numbers get the better of Page, the FTR come out with a case of beer. The save, Kenny runs out a little bit later than what you would think. You think he would have came out first because his partner was in danger. FTR shakes Page's hand, offering him a beer while completely ignoring Kenny. So I think this is going to be like the start of the end for that tag. But I really, really think the Adam Page, Kenny Omega saga of matches that we're going to get It's going to be unbelievable. Imagine them doing like a cage match, or imagine them doing fucking, I don't know, guys. It's just going to be unbelievable, and I can't wait to see it. Then we have Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus the Inner Circle, Chris Jericho and Jack Hager. I love this match, guys. It was one of the most enjoyable matches of the night. I gave it 3 stars. It was just over 17 minutes. And at the end, Serpentico, you know I'm no terrible names, but you know what I'm saying. That name, they joins in a circle in the ring, attacks Lucha and Jungle Boy. In comes Stunt to get his ass handed to him as well. Serpentico is on the top rope. Lucha is laid out, shooting star press, which looked amazing. Then Serpentico stands above Lucha and he removes his mask. It's Sammy Guevara. They all attack Jurassic Express, getting their kicks and stuff in. Orange Cassidy comes out, walking slowly. Out come Best Friends to run into the ring, sending the Inner Circle running. Overall, guys, 3 stars. What a show. I could have gave it 4 because even the promos in this were really good, but I really felt it was just a 3. It was enjoyable, it was a fun, it was a great show. For me to give a 4 or a 5 star, a 4 has got to make me like jump up once or twice. A 5 has got to make me be like rooting for the match completely. So a 3 stars, definitely. I loved the show, it was really great. Yeah, so let's move on to NXT. So we opened up with a video of William Regal at home. He puts Keith Lee's huge win 2 weeks ago. So they puts kind of Keith Lee over. It goes over to Keith Lee, and he said he's going to relinquish the NXT North American Championship because he knows how important it is for people to work and get an opportunity. I'm not too sure I'm a fan of the ring because he's the world champion. He gets rid of the other belt because I think it makes the other belt look less, but then you don't want to let your champion lose because, yeah, but it's the best way of doing it. They handled it good. And then Regal says that there's going to be a series of triple threat matches starting tonight. The winners will advance to a ladder match at TakeOver Triple X on August the 22nd to crown a new champion. This will be good. The triple threat matches I always love. I think it'll be good to have a little series of them, and I think the ladder match is going to be good as well. So we kick off. First match is Dexter Lumis versus Killian Dane. 10 minutes 40 for this. A little bit on the long side, guys. So I gave it a 2.5. It's an average match. Nothing major to note kind of happened on it. But it was a little bit on the longer side. I think they should do like the Dexter kind of Lumis matches, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 8-9 minutes long, just a little bit shorter, but 10:40 isn't even that long, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was just 2.5 stars, nothing special. Then we had Breezango versus Everrise. Breezango picked up the win. 3 minutes 30. A squash match for Breezango, but they're entertaining as hell. I love what they do. I gave this a no rating just because you know who was going to win, and Breezango just are cool as hell. Then we had Ayler versus Blackheart. Blackheart picked up the win. 4:39. It struggled to get going. It had kind of like struggling points in the match, like lulls here and there. 2 stars for this one, just because it was lulls, but it was a good match. Then we move on to the NXT North American Championship qualifying match. Bronson Reed. So we've got Bronson Reed versus Johnny Gargano versus Roderick Strong. Just under 21 minutes long, guys. Bronson Reed picked up the win here, and this is easily the match of the night from easy match of the night from both AEW and NXT. It really, really was one of the best matches that I've seen yeah, one of the best matches that I've seen. I don't really think there's another kind of way to describe this. It was great, and yeah, I really try to think of something. There's lots of action. They made use of Reed's size a lot. They built a clever match around it. Everything was well placed. The finish was cool and a surprise. Yeah, great. 4 stars. Definitely match of the whole night. Then we had Lorcan versus Thatcher. Thatcher picked up the win at 13:06. Hard hitting with some kind of old fashioned grappling. I really liked the finish on this. 3 stars I gave this one, guys. Still think it might only be a 2.5, but I'm going to give it 3 because of how much I enjoyed it. Then we had Dominic against Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross picked up the win. I'm still not getting it with the kind of Kross character. Most of this kind of match was just middle of the road. Nothing really like important happened in it. It was just middle of the road. So I give it 2.5 stars, but it was enjoyable. The segments on NXT again were a little bit less enjoyable than AEW, so I left some of them out. But overall, from an in-ring standpoint, the triple threat match was the best. So I gave this a 2.5 stars just because every other match was kind of okay, and the rest, like that triple threat was the best of the night. The main event kind of felt quite lackluster, and to be honest with you, I really think they did build up some good angles and stuff, but yeah, it was just really kind of lackluster apart from that 3 triple threat match. So what I would say is the winner of the week is definitely AEW. They just had a more fuller, funner and interesting show, but match of the week was a triple threat. And if it wasn't for that match on NXT, NXT could have dropped to a 2 or a 1.5. I'd have probably said they would have dropped to a 2 stars. That triple threat match was match of the night. It's more of what we want to see. No, I'm not expecting NXT or AEW to bar it out the park every single week. But these two guys, these two promotions, NXT and AEW, are legitimately putting on great shows. There's nothing that you can say that they're not doing right, and there's nothing that you can say that... It's not hard to copy what they're... Like, other wrestling shows can copy what they're doing and bring an impact. I know there's a lot of wrestling fans out there that say, oh, who are they? And they're just a failed business and stuff like that. But given that they still have a TV show, given that they still have quite a lot of fans that watch it, it's fun to poke fun at Impact, but everybody secretly watches it or enjoys it a little bit, especially back in the day with TNA when they had Sting and stuff. I used to watch it. But yeah, AEW, NXT, Impact. That's my ruling of it, and that's how I watch them. I think Impact, NXT and AEW all will be, in maybe a year, will literally be interchangeable. They'll all be the best wrestling shows, and that Tuesday, Wednesday watching segment is the best that we have yet. I don't look forward to Raw, I don't look forward to SmackDown, but I look forward to that NXT, AEW and Impact reviews because it's always great shows. Anyway guys, your winner is definitely AEW this week, and I would actually say maybe the winner of the 3 could be Impact, but we're just going to stick with AEW. I don't know guys, I'm going to call it a draw between the 3, who would be the winner of the week, but out of NXT and AEW picked up the win. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you here on Saturday for the SmackDown review. Enjoy the rest of your day guys.